Good evening. Tonight, I'd like to bring us up to date on the current status of COVID and what the Rogers administration response is to this. First of all, I'd like to say that in just a little bit over 2 years since the pandemic has started, 2 years ago at this time, we had an economy that was shut down, millions of people out of work, a virus that we didn't know hardly anything about, ravaging not only our nation, but the world. Today, just a little bit over 2 years later, we have a virus that we know quite a bit about now. We have vaccines that are available. We have shots in arms. We have the mandates that were put in place at the beginning of COVID. Those mandates are easing throughout our country. Matter of fact, a report I read the other day states that almost all the state mandates have been lifted. And again, this is good news. Now, we are not shutting the door on COVID. Let me get that point clear right now. There's been a lot of talk that this administration is completely shutting the door on COVID and moving on. We're moving on in the fact that life has got to go on. We're moving on in the fact that the funding that was there for COVID in the first 2 years is not needed any longer. We're moving on in the fact that we will be prepared for the next pandemic and next variant. Let me state this right from the very beginning. We are not shutting down completely the COVID operation. I stated this week. We in the Rogers administration budget, we have budgeted for this fiscal year money to um, to have the resources available for the next uh, uh, outbreak that happens. If we've learned anything as a nation in the last 2 years, one thing is I think we learned that we need to be better prepared. Previous administrations have made attempts at being prepared, and it wasn't really until we encountered it for the very first time, this widespread, did we realize that we need to be better prepared. So the budget that I released on Tuesday uh, has the funding for that. I also like to say, and as you see on your screen there, um, the unveiling of a new government website, where is a kind of a one-stop shop for all your information on COVID, covid.gov. Now, on this website, you'll be able to get the latest on vaccines, on treatments, and on masking mandates, mask supplies. And so it's a one stop shop for everything that is COVID. I think this is going to be a whole lot easier uh, and a very easy domain to remember, covid.gov. You know, there's a lot of different websites out there now. You get a lot of different information. Sometimes it contradicts each other. Now there's that one-stop shop of covid.gov. You get all your latest information. Anything about COVID, it'll be on that website. So it's great to see that being launched today. Um, I do want to state one other thing. One of the things I talked about and I've talked about for the past 2 years um, is is eliminating the mask mandates on interstate travel. I'd like to say that we're almost there. We're not quite to the point where we need to be, where I believe we're at a comfortable point to drop that. that day's getting very close, and I don't want to get a I don't want to set a certain date and say we're going to do it by this date, but I think we're closer to an end date for interstate masking for travel than we have been any time during this pandemic. I know there's a lot of pressure, a lot of talk from flight attendants uh, and different labor organizations who support the airlines about ending this. And the masking mandate will come in time. And I think that will be a great move for this country and for the world. Matter of fact, I think it will be a great move forward and one more step closer to being back to normal. Um, like I said, it's been a long couple of years. Uh, we've been through a lot as a nation, and while we've been through some setbacks, we've had some struggles. We are getting to the endemic part of this, and before long, we'll be able to say that COVID is indeed behind us. Thank you very much.